St. Lucia, this is Oak Mike and we are back. Now, I'm going to deal now with the question of the VAT implementation in St. Lucia. It is no secret that I have said time and time again that the implementation of VAT at the time it was done was the wrong direction St. Lucia was heading. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind today that my thoughts were right on target. 15% VAT to an alien economy has virtually destroyed the base of St. Lucia business. I have said to the powers that be that I run shopping centers, and I saw the fall of small businesses collapsing right before my eyes. In the first 18 years of running the shopping center, Gabe Road Shopping Mall, we had 41 clients. And in the last 2 years, we have lost 31 clients. And the people who have replaced those clients can hardly pay the electricity and the VAT. It's a very cumbersome situation to be in when you watch on a daily basis individuals simply collapsing. This cannot continue. In life, most of us make mistakes. We have our successes and we have our failures. Admitting to a failure is no disgrace. When something is wrong, we have to stop it. I, for one, in my life, I was in the shipping business. I had the opportunity to get involved with 31 ships in 25 years. And there were at least 2 or 3 ships within my fleet I was forced to sell at reduced prices because they were not producing the results required. VAT has not produced what it was meant for. It is destroying this country. And my advice to the government initially and to the people of St. Lucia that a 5% sales tax should have been implemented, and this should have been collected at the customs where they would have got their money up front. Right now, we as business people are saddled with a ton of paperwork, more staff to go out and collect the VAT. How can one collect VAT in an economy when you can't even collect your rent? They can't even pay the electricity. You don't have to be a genius or a rocket scientist to go around in St. Lucia and find out what's going on. The situation is awful. I say the situation is awful and has to be attended to. It cannot be allowed to go on this way. Now, in all due respect to the Prime Minister and what he has bargained for as far as the STEP program, the nice and the proud, that's all well and good. But where is the money to come from? Governments should not get involved in this nature of employment. It is the business sector which needs to employ people, and government has to create an environment in which to work. Now, I make some comparisons today, okay? Amidst all what is going on today in St. Lucia, there are certain businesses still that because of their expertise and manner in which it is done, that can survive. Now, you take a company like CFL, which has been in existence now, which had 2 areas of existence. The first 10 years under the Julian's brand, and the second 10 years under the CFL brand. In the last 10 to 12 years under the CFL brand, 1,300 persons are employed. And the salaries paid annually are $50 million annually. The amount paid in excise duties to customs annually is $51 million. And between NIS and taxes, another $16 to $17 million. So that means in 10 years, CFL alone has contributed $1.2 billion towards the economy by way of employment, excise duties, and taxes. And still continues despite the downturn in the economy, because of the basic structure of the company and how well done it was, it continues to exist. You look at a company like Heineken's Brewery, which has been in existence for 25 years, very well run company, paying dividends of 100% for the last 8 or 10 years, okay? I remember when I was chairman of a National Development Corporation, that the partners of a brewery went to the government and indicated they wanted certain concessions, which they got. And as a result of that, they brought additional equipment from Curaçao because Curaçao didn't want to give them the concessions. And St. Lucia benefited from that. When one gives a concession, you must understand, when you give something that you're getting nothing for, you're not losing anything. You're actually gaining by it. And the word concession is very important, and it's something that should be analyzed by business people in the government sector. Because when you look at, for instance, what has gone on today with sandals, had the concessions given to sandals by Grenada, Barbados, and Antigua were given in St. Lucia, we would have had on the 2 hotels today, a 400-room beaches hotel and a 130 exquisite hotel with overwater suites. While we dilly-dally and making these decisions, our neighbors are getting the head start on us. Now just think about it. With Grenada and Barbados coming on stream, with brand new hotels, with up-to-date facilities, people now have a choice. When Sandals sells a package and they can go to a brand new hotel, you know, for the same price, what does it tell you? People have choices. Why do people trade in cars? After 4 or 5 years, they want to get a brand new car. That is the same thing that happens to a person going on a holiday. And I ask St. Lucians to reflect upon what is going on, because it is all these things added together that cause us the problems that we're existing today. Now, you know, for instance, we talked, for instance, a while ago of accountability. The Bank of St. Lucia, for instance, had its difficulties. They have to address those problems. And also, you look at First National Bank, which for many years paid dividends. And in the last year, they have declined to pay any dividends because they have to watch what is going on. This is a whole new subject which we're going to deal with, but we'll be right back.